Jeff Schmall was the vision behind Husker Vision. Jeff originated Husker Vision and created the goosebump moment known as the Husker Tunnel Walk. He was busy working in athletics and media until this latest shock. Now, at age 58, Jeff Schmall is living with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
It did come as a very, very big shock. I had a pain in my side for probably about a month. I thought it might be an ulcer. I thought it might be a gallbladder. You really don't think you've got cancer or anything big like that. And then to find out that not only is it cancer, but it's the worst kind of cancer that you can have, which is pancreatic cancer. It's a very slow-growing cancer in your pancreas. But once it spreads, then that's when it turns deadly very, very quickly. Once I started chemotherapy, my numbers started to get good. And so I had reason to be optimistic that the chemotherapy was working and that I had a chance to get better. And the type of cancer that I have, literally only 2% of people make it 5 years. Really, for pancreatic cancer right now, there are no cures.
The hardest thing for me is that how many shots he takes a day, how many pokes of needles he takes throughout the day, how many medicines, he takes every single day. There's a lot of poison going into his system, a lot of poison to kill the big C, what he calls it, the big C.
At the suggestion of a friend, Husker volleyball legend Terry Pettit, Schmall writes a personal blog on his living with cancer.
The name of the blog is The Last Train. I've always been into analogies. I love analogies, and I don't remember how and when it hit me, but that's kind of what hit me was, you know what, I'm on my last train ride, and I don't know exactly when the train is going to come to an end, but my ticket's been punched, and I know the destination, and now I'm on that ride. And my philosophy there was just, what can I do to make the most of this train ride? And the thing that I've really tried to do in my blog is just be honest. I'm not trying to impress people. I'm not trying to be a heroic figure or anything like that. I'm just trying to honestly share my feelings, my thoughts on life and where I'm at right now. When I started writing the blog, I thought if the only two people who read it are my wife and my son, that's enough.
The first blog was very touching, and it made me cry because I'm thinking, is he trying to tell me that this is it, that I'm done, that this is goodbye, that, I'm on the last train, my stop is around the corner and I'm done. And I said, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that you're dying or that you thinking you're going to die tomorrow. And he says, well, that's reality. And I said, well, you got to think of us and yourself that, you're going to fight for this.
She doesn't really want to think about death. When I write about the fact that I'm going to die, she doesn't like it.
He wants to have his life celebrated, and I get it. And I think that that's awesome, celebrating your achievements and successes rather than just remember those last final moments, because that's not what's important. It's important the times that you shared, not the morning that you shared in the very end. It's the thing that we have to force ourselves constantly to do is not look at watch dad get sick. It's no, let's cherish the moments that we have. Let's cherish his good days and go out and do fun things as our family so that we have memories. Those are the memories that I want to remember. I don't want to remember the times that he's sick.
With chocolate?
What's up with that?
How about red velvet? Did you put a red velvet on there?
Before Jeff's diagnosis, Jeff and Maria moved to New York to help with their son's new cookie business. Today, the Schmalls run a thriving cookie bakery in Manhattan called Schmackeries.
This is Zach's maple bacon. Actually has pieces of bacon in it. And this is my favorite cookie, maple bacon.
Because he's a junk food junkie.
And that's awesome. The store is literally blocks from Times Square. I mean, you're in the middle of it all. Marie and I are very adaptable, and we had no doubt that this was where we should be and wanted to be, and it was fun. It was exciting being part of a cookie store and it doing well.
I was thinking that with this, that we
And it's been fun just to watch Zach grow as a business person and watch the business grow as well.
this much. When he was originally diagnosed, they said, your dad has a year if he's lucky. 6 months is more likely. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, my parents, we're like partners. And I don't mean business partners. We're a team.
Zach will come over maybe once a week and spend the night, and Maria will cook one of our favorite meals, and we'll just sit around and talk and just have a great time. And Maria will sometimes go to bed early, and Zach and I will stay up for a couple hours and just talk.
I guess I'd like to know his true feelings about death, you know, which terrifies me. But to, you know, if it ever got down to that point, to be able to say, like, Dad, are you scared? You know, what are you feeling right now? Those are things that, you know, I would want to know, but the answer is really hard.
I hope the message that people get is that it's going to be okay. This ride that we're on called life is pretty special. If I had to come down to what is it that's the best medicine, it's to make sure you're feeding your soul, to make sure that you're doing things that you really, really enjoy to the depths of your person, and that you spend time doing those things.